Hello, I'm Jack, and we will be presenting The Running Stitch, an app-based tailoring service providing clothing alteration to college students and young business professionals. Throughout this presentation, we will cover the problem, our solution, our competitors, tests we've ran, our financial projections, the amount of funds we seek, the use of these funds, our vision, and our prototype.
The problem is relatively simple. Getting your clothes altered is a hassle and a serious waste of valuable time. How many times have you tried to schedule an appointment for alterations? For me, it's always been a pain. Tailors work from 9 to 5, and well, so does everybody else, which makes it tough to find the right time. Or maybe you have to schedule something during your lunch break, along with everybody else. Even once your appointment is scheduled, maybe 2 days, 5 days, 2 weeks out, you arrive only to wait in line behind either someone who can't decide what length he wants in the cuff or is so buddy-buddy with a tailor that you wait and wait and wait. The tailoring and alterations businesses are stuck in the... Bringing tailoring and alterations into the 21st century, well, what does that mean? That means that the solution is to put the power of alterations and tailoring into the palm of your hand by creating an app. This will create convenience, it'll be hassle-free, and you'll also get personalized service. It'll be convenient because you have all the tools that you need at your fingertips in order to express the way that you want to look, and you're also able to send your clothing directly from your house or place of work to us, and we ship it back. That's hassle-free. It's fairly personalized because the photos we get of you will tell us a lot about your style and the way that you like to look and how you present yourself. Business professionals understand opportunity costs. What that means is time versus money. How much time does it take to get down to the tailor, explain your problem, and then return to pick up your garments? This time could have been better used with family, friends, working, doing a variety of things. So business professionals also find it very important to look good. You want to look good in your board meeting, in your respective workspace, whatever it is that you're doing. This demographic really, they are fairly judgmental, if I may, and people want to look good for the other person to display their, sense of style, or that, they're very professional. So this combination of values calls for alleviating the hassles and providing convenience for those customers. So who are our competition in this space? Well, honestly, we really don't have much of any competition. We've done some market research. There is a similar company, but they're located over in India, a company by the name of TechTailor. They exist in Bangalore, and the return times are anywhere from 5 to 10 or 10 to 20 days, depending on what you're getting done. Of course, they do not provide service to the United States, so we're a bit out of their jurisdiction. And the majority of the world, if we can get that far. Anyways. They also don't really have any strategic partners. Their website is pretty lacking, and they do not offer an app like we will for 21st century convenience. So we're kind of operating in a veritable white space. There are, of course, custom clothing manufacturers and the like, but that doesn't really touch on what we are trying to accomplish. Of course, the existing tailors out there that have great relationships with their customers, those are obviously hard to contend with, but I'm willing to bet that the majority of people are actually willing to use us if we can provide such a wonderful service to them that they don't actually have to go down and waste their valuable time. Our hypothesis is really pretty simple. It's that business professionals will pay for the convenience of alleviating the headache of tailoring and alteration services. To test this hypothesis very cheaply and effectively, we used existing resources, we performed surveys, and we looked into the possibility of future e-commerce relations. So the basis of our company is providing that convenience. So we built a concierge MVP. So what we did was asked friends and family within business professional realm. So I have some lawyer friends, real estate friends, and financial business type friends. And in each of their respective workplaces, they need to look good, and they spend a lot of time and money to do that, using tailors very often. And every single one of them said that they would pay for the convenience if there was a convenient option out there. So what we suggested was we would come to their house, we would do the measurements, and then of course take their clothes for them to another tailor. We'd essentially contract another tailor to do the work for us, and then we'd bring it back to them. In that time, we would show them, essentially give them a step-by-step run through of how the app works and how it does exactly the same things that I just did. So instead of me being actually there, they would simply put their clothing into a Dropbox, or mail their stuff to our service location headquarters, where we'd have the alterations done and then send back to them. But in order for us not to build all that infrastructure and incur all those costs, we would simply do all the legwork to validate that. And so far, that hypothesis has rang true in every different sector, and even in the e-commerce world. A company by the name of Bonobos, who is all online except for their guidepost fit shops throughout a few different urban areas, they only sell online. So you go into the fit shop, get your suit measured, try everything on, and then your suit actually gets shipped from another location. So it would provide them a far better way to sell if they could say, well, okay, this suit doesn't fit you perfectly, but we can send it to our partner, The Running Stitch, and you'll get your garment, 2 days later. So that was a huge, huge success, just talking with them, and they actually wanted us to pitch that to their parent company, Walmart, immediately, which gave us a lot of validation for our hypothesis.
Based on the market and demographic we are targeting, we project a first-year revenue of $171,700. We believe that the average cost to do any clothes alteration is around $40. By the end of the first month, we expect to have at least 500 clients, and by the end of the year, we expect to have doubled that number. We are targeting with local tailors based on a contract agreement, and we will pay them 35% for any services done. We will keep the remaining 65% as profit. We believe that with additional marketing, promotion, and penetration in the industry, we project to have a revenue growth of 10% on the next consecutive years. These are our projections for our balance sheet. Our initial investment was based on a contribution of $5,000 by each member of the group. These will help cover some of the expenses and that we will incur as soon as we start running business. This is our statement of cash flow. We are projecting to have an ending balance of at least $300,000 by year 2020. We are asking for $100,000, and the proceeds will go to the continuous improvement of our app. We want to make sure we are offering personalized services to all of our clients. We want to be able to gather all the data that we can, so we know who to better target our services.
As you can see, we went with really bright images on the opening screen to really attract users. We're going for an audience of college students to young professionals, so we wanted to use kind of just more pastel colors and then bright, vibrant things to really draw your attention. As you can see here, you just open it on a landing page that has basic information about us, the measurements, and a little bit about how it works. As you can see here, we're moving into the settings now, where you can store all of your individual measurements. Speaking of those measurements, now you can actually get there by either clicking our logo button here in the bottom or any of these Learn Mores. So you can actually create any individual profile, see all of the different measurements that you have to take based on gender. You can also attach a skin color to these different profiles. Then as you'll see here, you get a page about instructions on how to actually use the augmented software, we were thinking about integrating in with the app Measure. It's an Apple app, and that's really what we think is going to move this company in the right direction for the future.